something that I've been kind of contemplating recently, and I've never contemplated before, is getting a wheelchair. So I wouldn't plan on using it all the time, but I'll kind of give you the positive and negatives, what I'm thinking, and I'd like you to let me know, what you think about me getting a wheelchair. So when I walk long distances, this is one of the primary reasons that I want one. I get tired easily, and sometimes I'll be invited to events that I know there's going to be a lot of walking involved, and they'll be like completely on blacktop or concrete, and I'll be like, I don't want to go because I don't want to go through the pain that I'm going to go through. I just won't go, and I feel like I'm sometimes losing out on some good times and meeting new people and that sort of thing, because I don't go to certain things that I think I would had I not had cerebral palsy. But if I had a wheelchair, I think I might want to go to those. I could just roll around. Obviously, I don't have any issue with the upper half of my body. I think I could roll around just fine. I used a wheelchair for about 3 weeks. I wasn't that good at it after I had surgery, but I think I could become really good at using a wheelchair, and there's some pretty cool things you can do with wheelchairs, and you can go pretty fast, definitely above walking speed, because generally I'd probably walk half as fast as the average speed of somebody walking. And if I do go out with groups, I will tend to slow them down or be behind everybody while everybody goes ahead. That's a little bit uncomfortable. The other thing is, when I'm in public, sometimes I'm shy when I'm walking around, because it takes a lot of concentration, and standing is hard for me, and I appear shy, but I don't think I'm really that shy of a person. I think I could really display my personality more in public while being in a wheelchair. So that would be another advantage of being in a wheelchair, because sometimes just I don't have the confidence while walking to communicate the best, just because it takes a lot of concentration to walk. So obviously you're sitting down using your hands to roll around rather than walk. So that'll be another thing. It's a little bit socially awkward to have a wheelchair, but it's socially awkward to walk the way I do as well. So the difference is I think I would be more at ease while in a wheelchair than walking around. The negatives would be, number one, I feel like I could become so comfortable with using a wheelchair that I lose the ability to walk as well as I do now. I think I always have the ability to walk to a certain extent, unless something, like an accident like anybody else could have happen to them. I think I always have the ability to walk a little bit or stand. But I think if I were in a wheelchair and felt really comfortable rolling around, I think I might become so comfortable that I just lose the ability to walk. And that's one of the reasons I've never really wanted to have one, because I was always afraid that I would want to do the exercises that I do, because I'd be dedicated to learn how to use a wheelchair. So that'll be one of the reasons. The second reason, the wheelchairs that I'm looking at are pretty expensive. Typically they run around $1,500. They're not motorized or anything. I would not want a motorized wheelchair, and I wouldn't want to get one at like Walmart that has handles on it. The wheelchair that I'd be interested in is more like a sport wheelchair. They don't have handles on the back, because I think there's just something cool about looking independent while you're in a wheelchair, so somebody can't be like, hey, can I push you around? So I'd probably look at a higher end wheelchair that's around $1,500. It's expensive, and I could potentially lose the ability to walk. And I do just fine now. It's just like I said, sometimes in public there's things that I don't want to do because of pain I'm going to go through, or I don't want to do because it's going to be socially awkward for me to do. I suppose you can't do everything in your wheelchair, finding a wheelchair like mountain climbing is not something you can do. But like I said, there's certain things in public they'd be able to do that I don't want to do now. That would be easier with just a little practice of rolling around in a wheelchair for a little bit. So let me know what you think, because it's something I'm really thinking about. And if you know anybody who can like walk and use a wheelchair really well, let me know, and I'm gonna consider it. I'll let you know if I decide to get one or not.